My name is Jules Maarten. I'm a member of the European Parliament and I've just arrived here at Bangkok Airport together with my colleague Sarah Ludford and our assistants Isabella Marzullo, Jeroen Rijnen and Fleur Poets to look here in Bangkok and then later in Phnom Penh in Cambodia what the situation is like in the field of child sex tourism. Our group in the European Parliament, the Alliance of Liberals and Democrats for Europe, ALDE, has started a campaign on the website www.sayno.eu against child sex tourism. And we have information that the situation here in Thailand and in Cambodia is very serious. We're going to see with our own eyes what it is like and what sort of action we can take in Europe against this despicable type of tourism.
More and more for Thailand, tourism is one of the main sources of income in the country. Thailand is the fourth biggest holiday destination in the Far East after China, Hong Kong and Malaysia. And it is at the same ranking as far as tourism revenues are concerned. However, sex tourism, especially involving children, plays a big role in these statistics. This phenomenon is helped by the indifference and complacency of the local population, which is happy to sacrifice their sons' and daughters' childhood for economic gain.
The sex industry in Thailand, the Royal Thai police is watching carefully to the sexual, I wouldn't call it industry, but we do admit that there seems to be an increase in the sexual offender in Thailand. Definitely it's an increase. But Royal Thai police has set up and organized a specialized unit in trying to tackle the problem, and we're watching the problem carefully. If we have information, not a problem. A lot of times these people enter Thailand. As you know, Thailand is an open country. People come to visit. A lot of times they enter the country legally, and it's very difficult to determine their private affairs in Thailand. But if we have information from our counterparts, we would put them on a watch list, and if we find that they do something wrong, we will arrest them.
It keeps busy and active later after 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock. So our people will keep searching this area and trying to identify suspicious behavior. So usually there are, bad guy going on in this area and trying to make deal with all the children. And if they come into agreement, they will pick up the children from this place into a hotel or a guest house they like. And most of the street children here are usually willing to go with the foreigner if they agree to any amount of money that a foreigner offers.
Friends is an NGO we met in Phnom Penh. From its birth to the current day, Friends has established more than 10,000 contacts with street children. Friends volunteers offer the possibility to study and learn a trade to all those children who don't have a chance to go to school or find a job. The goal is to give them an opportunity to dodge and steer away from child prostitution and pedophiles' networks. In these premises, we cater for children up to 24 years old. The tutoring is often on a one-to-one basis, and every year more than 150 kids graduate from this establishment, starting to work and earn from their work.
We're working with marginalized urban children and youth, which are mainly street children. We try to reintegrate them into society, and we created a series of services that is called the Friends Alliance, but we like to work as a network also, so we created a large international network called the City Network of NGOs collaborating and building capacity. We also built up a community involvement to protect children from all forms of abuse, and that's called the Child Safe Project, where key people of society protect directly the children wherever they are on the streets and in their homes.
This is exactly the sort of initiative that we need. This is done by Friends International to show which restaurants and which hotels are safe for children. We need much more of it, and it needs to be publicized in travel guides. But it's an excellent start.
I think there are three main impressions that I have of the challenge and what can be done. The first is simply to raise the political priority given to this question by politicians and in the relations between states, between the EU and its member states and the recipient countries of child sex tourists. And that also is related to the whole status of women and children, where we talk a lot about it, but I think we have to have our institutions in Europe and our member states really make clear that it's a high priority. Secondly, we have to work to increase the capacity of the police to tackle the problem, and that's related to a number of things, the resources of the local police, the tackling corruption, which can happen as well, but also making the European police services more in cooperation with the local police. And the third thing is to harness the market power of legitimate tourists coming from Europe, so they will choose a hotel or guest house that has been certified child safe. That's a system that local NGOs are working on.
This is the end of our visit to Bangkok and Phnom Penh. We found that the situation of child sex tourism in these countries is much worse than we expected. It's much worse because pedophiles are organized in a much better way than we expected to do their business here. And it is worse because there are not enough prosecutions and not enough convictions. Much better work of the police here is necessary, fighting off corruption, much better communication between European police and the police here, and much better coordination between the police forces within Europe, because a lot there fails as well, and the European Union can play an important role. The situation of women and of boys and of girls in these countries has to be addressed as well. For example, better education and education for everybody. We have come to the end of this visit, and we believe very strongly that a lot has to be done to repair this situation. And you can help as well. If you sign the www.sayno.eu website, you will help in actually getting some action and for decision makers to stop talking. Let's work together to accomplish that.